podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Hey, Daddy, this is Dulorme.
BoxingVoice.com.
No matter what nobody say, man. Spirit, can't nobody fuck with me, man. You know, I can't be fucked with, you know.
TBV Productions.
Whether you pay to see me win, or you pay to see me lose, you're gonna pay. Fuck it, the kids still gotta eat. You know, any footage of a fighter. I mean, because I'm Floyd Mayweather, everybody gotta watch me. I knew eventually I was gonna have to fight Oscar though. I feel like he was straight up and down, no special effects.
BoxingVoice.com.
How can Canelo have the biggest deal? Your deal is for $300 million, and I made $350 million just in one fight. And you're fighting on an app.
BoxingVoice.com.
I'm a king, okay? I eat a feast. Every time I eat a feast. And when I get up from the table, I don't give a fuck who get the leftovers. At the end of the day, follow my green print.
TBV Productions.
BoxingVoice.com.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Sunday is Crow Day, and we got a list. This time, it ain't being left behind. Middy's on point. So if you picked them wrong, you getting some crow. I know I got some. I picked a few of my boys in them. They ain't get it right this time. It's all good. It's all good. We're here to talk about it. Plus, PBC done unveiled this new lineup. So looking like we're going to have ourselves a great show today, August 9th. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to go ahead and hit that thumbs up button right now. Subscribe to the channel right now. Help us get to 115,300 right now. We got a good show lined up. Not only are we going to be discussing PBC's schedule that they revealed, but we got Mario's segment, you know, everyone's favorite, Ask the UK. Then we're going to be doing an old video of Jermell Charlo and a little bit of beef with Joe Saunders. Seems like Saunders always in the media for some beef, but we'll let Mitty put his cape on. Gentlemen, Coach Midday, across the pond, Mario Munguia, Corpus Christi, and Alexander in New Jersey. What up?
What's up? What up, fellas? Y'all slept okay after that marathon last night?
Oh man, yeah. I needed to sleep. But you know what? I'm not gonna complain because I love boxing. So but yeah, and trust me, I think I have the feeling that next week or this week coming up is gonna be another marathon because there's a lot of boxing.
You're right.
But, yeah.
Yeah. I could actually gloat right now. I was the only one that picked Jamal James. You know what I mean?
Nice.
And that's good. Whilst we're talking about picks, I'm definitely keeping that list, So, everyone was a bit competitive about the picks. That's what we are. We are boxing fans, but we're also competitive about what we do. You're going to have your chance to shine, right? So I'm keeping the records. And when you call in, I'll be able to give you your shine or your crow.
And it looks like a lot of people are going to be getting the crowage all the time. The crow kitchen has been closed for a little bit, man. I'm gonna have to thank Mitty for being a big part of bringing this crow kitchen back. Mario, you know what I'm saying? Y'all working on it. I know Ness been serving crows since the beginning.
Word. So I like that it's back, man.
Yeah, man. Able to stay up 24 hours is Mr. Coach Mitty.
Yeah, bro. Mitty, what time your daughter woke you up?
Oh, no, she was good today. She was good. She was playing with a camper van. Now I'm happy that I bought that camper van for her.
What, a Barbie camper?
No, like OMG or whatever. That's the new thing. Barbie is thing of a past apparently. They talk about OMG.
Why you keep making me look old, bro?
Wow.
I had no clue there was an OMG. Who's OMG?
I didn't know either until that came as a request.
Bro, things have
OMG,
changed.
or LOL, OMG, whatever that is, man. You know.
Come on, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Once again, August 9th, 2020. We're going to go into topic number 1, winners and losers of the PBC on Fox. We had Jamal James, Michael Fox, so many PBC fighters.
David Morrell. It was, we had James Allen, Thomas Dulorme in the main event of the Fox card, which vacant WBA interim welterweight title was on the line, which now belongs to Jamal James. In the co-main event, we had David Morrell and Lennox Allen. David Morrell, if you remember, was the 2-0 fighter from Cuba coming into it, 22 years old, facing off against Lennox Allen. He did pull, which he was the favorite in the fight, so he won. But if you listen to this show, definitely
Don't forget it.
we knew that Lennox Allen was.
Don't forget to mention it. Ness bet the house.
Bet the house. He owes Mystic exactly.
Listen, everyone, please subscribe. Hit the thumbs up. Ness bet the house on Lennox, champs.
I'm homeless. I'm homeless, by the way.
Are we gonna do that early? Just start serving crow right away?
Start serving the crow. Yeah, listen, Jamal James, Thomas Dulorme. I can take my crow for it. I picked Thomas Dulorme.
Yeah, I think from the people that have participated in the picks, a lot of people picked Dulorme. Only a few picked Jamal James, and Doomsday is one of them. Like on the panel, Doomsday is the only one that picked Jamal James. So it's crow for Mario, crow for Ness, and crow for me.
Damn, crow ribs, crow stew, crow wings. It's just a lot of things.
Tasty.
I'll take it. You know why I'll take it, Ness? You know why I'll take it, Mitty? Because Jamal James showed something. If it was like a boring, terrible fight that was barely won,
hold on, Mario.
Would have been garbage.
Ness needs some soda. He took a lot of crow this one.
Oh, he did take a lot of crow though.
You got like a soda soundbite?
Oh, you've got a soda?
I got for the. I was actually gonna do it myself.
Nice. All right. Well, and just to like real quick, he walked off, so he didn't have to have it. But it was just a good overall performance. I think Jamal James showed something different in there in terms of the way he adjusted. He fought a mature fight. I felt fought a very mature fight. And yeah, he got that W, man. All credit to him.
Yeah, I have very little to add. He did show us something different. The criticism that we had from James before was that,
Mitty, let me interrupt you. Wait.
Go.
Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Do me need some soda?
Wait, what?
What? Just give him some soda.
No, I'm just
give him a little rubber ducky.
My man stopped the whole show to say I need some soda. That weak ass joke. Nobody got the punchline, so I just hit him back with his garbage.
What's sad? It took him that long. It means that he was actually doing math with my joke. He was in his head like.
Nah, I actually went to the other room to get the tray, dog.
No, you guys, man. You're interrupting. We have to give James his credit, man. He did his thing. He boxed well. I was impressed. I was impressed with his boxing ability. Like the guy, how tall he is. That's how he's supposed to box. Keep the opponent at the end of his punches and turning different angles. I appreciated his performance. That was good.
I'm with you, Mitty. I'm taking my crow happily because whenever you can see a guy,
say what?
Make the proper changes, the necessary changes, develop right before your eyes. Like I thought Jamal was a certain type of fighter. I thought he was a fighter that could only be in wars and will only get in wars and be drug into wars. But he showed that he could, that he can get mentally disciplined and he can stick to a game plan. And that was impressive because again, I had him pegged as a guy that wasn't going to use his height and natural abilities and instead, throw that out the window like Paul Williams and not get to the full potential of his career. But the way he boxed last night, I could see him at least contesting for a world title.
Nah, he boxed extremely well. What's up?
What is more impressive is that, he had to just go into a war for just short amount of time. Like, I think he got rocked, if it's not in the second round early on, right? So he got rocked and his nose goes busted. And then at least his response was to just like fight back and get the respect from Dulorme. Like he just showed him, hey, you know what? I can fight too. So he just did that for a round or so.
He started
and then
boxing.
and then he reverted back to boxing. So that's what I really appreciate. He just switched up the game plan for a little while and then went back to his boxing. So that was really nice, man. Very mature.
And being used to seeing him being in wars, it was refreshing to see, like Ness said, that he switched it up. But the way it looked like he's been doing that for a long time. Is like, where was that? You know what I'm saying? He was that good and trying to nullify Thomas Dulorme. Thomas Dulorme, the whole fight was the aggressor, bro. He was and to me, I don't know. Dulorme was more of the power hitter than Jamal. Even though Jamal was, lankier, he could probably leverage better, but he wasn't the harder puncher, man. Thomas Dulorme was trying to get him, and he was trying to put him out, and he just got outboxed. It's crazy, and then he started to get pummeled. You saw his face is starting to swell up, and for a second there, I almost thought Thomas Dulorme was gonna gas, like he was just ready to go.
Get stopped. It felt that he was going to get stopped. But,
before we even talk about, what could be next, I do real quick want to comment on both Mitty and Ness's point, because it wasn't even just that he made the adjustments. Yes, that was, very high level and he did great, but he could have easily been suckered into a bad fight last night. He was in a position where he was throwing a lot and you could tell he was getting tired. He didn't plan on being in that kind of fight that early, I think, and he adjusted. He started to not necessarily slow down the output, but slow down the pace. He's not he wasn't wasting a lot of energy. I felt like he might have been earlier on, which was around the time when Dulorme, was having more of his success. So it was definitely a great fight. But yeah, he's talking about Pacquiao now, which is kind of a strange place to go to after that. But what do y'all think?
Pacquiao is muddy, man. Why not?
Why can't he dream, right?
Yeah, why can't he dream? And you know what? Like, that type of opponent, like, not saying that he can win against Pacquiao, but, like, he has the attributes to make it, like, a tricky fight with an older Pacquiao as well, right? So why not? Why can he not do what, others have not done? Like, and when I say others, I'm talking about Keith Thurman, man.
Let Dulorme fight Keith Thurman. Battle of the ponytail. Someone's ponytail gotta go.
But that's Jamal, not Dulorme.
Yo, that's the title. Since you lost your O, someone's ponytail's gotta go.
Damn.
Yeah. Yo, no, listen. I just think that ultimately, whatever he gets from this will have to be like a step up from a Thomas Dulorme. He deserves to have a bigger fight. Is that a Pacquiao fight? Probably not. That's probably, wishing on a star type of stuff. But that's not to say that he can't get in there, with a couple guys that get to that position. I don't know how many of the top level guys he really beats, to be honest with you. But I do think that he is a credible enough opponent at this point.
Yeah, he's not getting no major shot. He could probably get, somebody that's, in sort of like in that Gatekeeper or what is it? Man, I get confused sometimes, right? 'Cause I don't know what to call what. We argued that Porter wasn't a Gatekeeper. He was more like an elite. But somebody that's gonna
Thurman,
all right, but like, does Thurman want it? You know what I mean? Like, what does he really have to offer? That's what I'm saying. Who's gonna
Thurman needs?
Because you gotta give Jamal the chance, right?
Thurman needs it, bro. I mean, he's coming off a loss and a knockdown loss. You know what I mean? Take your tune up and do your thing. Now, if you want to go ahead and put the pressure back on the top of the division, go in there like Earl. Don't do no tune up. Show that you just like that you could be a dog too. But if not, take your tune up with Jamal and give Jamal his opportunity to shine. But yeah, man, is Dulorme now banished to Gatekeeper status?
And you have to say so, man. You have to say so.
I agree.
And again, like, I know that people like to think of that term as disrespectful, and like we heard it in an interview from a coach, right? It really depends on how the fighter also takes this title, But yeah, I think Dulorme is that guy that will now probably be thrown in with fighters that are knocking on the door of a title. We say, hey, just go through Dulorme because Dulorme will give you a good test. He won't give you an easy night. He will just keep coming and give you pressure, and he will test you. So, but you can beat him, as you've seen. It's been done now on 2 occasions. So, yeah, I think he could be a gatekeeper, or he is becoming a gatekeeper.
Yeah, no, I see him being that guy. He was tough as nails, man. He showed me a lot of toughness, man. What was he lacking, Coach Mitty? Like, really, like, what was he just plain old outboxed, or was he not doing something that could have maybe? Because I thought that his aggression was enough to maybe like, get in there and tear some up, but he just somehow was never able to land.
It was good, like, with his intention, right? So he never just like gave up that game plan of like, that's what he had to do. He had to find a way to get close and to push the James on the ropes, right? And get him trapped somewhere where he could unload his vicious punches. But I guess like you have to give the credit to James, like not like Dulorme didn't do anything. James did like the right thing. James like used his boxing skills, he used his attributes, and it was just that little bit like too fast for Dulorme. He got out of range as soon as Dulorme came in. You could see Dulorme chasing and then jumping and leaping into shots, right? So, and running after him. That's because James was just making the right adjustment and was a little bit like too fast for him in terms of just like pulling out of range and then pivoting out of his way, right? So.
All right, so you know what? I still, does he get banished to the gatekeeper realm? In my opinion, I think that it's a little harsh in the way it probably looks and in the way it's said. Banished to the gatekeeper realm. It's like all those trolls that'll be banished to the shadow realm pretty soon. I think that being a gatekeeper, it still keeps him in there, and in any moment he could get another chance. Just go back to the drawing board. He probably thought that he was going to get into a firefight with Jamal James, and Jamal James came through with the right game plan, and that's what happened, man. And Thomas Dulorme, a good fighter. He's still a good fighter, and just go back to the drawing board and just try to, I guess, train in a way where you can make these adjustments. If something wasn't working, something else has to come, and that's all part of the game plan and the strategic, I guess stuff that goes on in camp. Look, but that's my take on that.
I'm going to tell you that I feel like Thomas Dulorme probably is headed for that realm. And any chance that he gets at this point isn't really going to probably be a fair chance. Will he get the chance to like jump in last minute, when Thurman's opponent, gets taken out early or to save a card from completely getting scrapped or, yeah, he might get these opportunities here and there, but they're going to be really against the gun. This was a shot where he wasn't the A side necessarily or the fighter on the card, but it was a pretty even fight. It was definitely an opportunity for him. There wasn't a lot of A side shuffling going around. This was an equal opportunity for the most part, and he just didn't deliver. And at the end of the day, you can only do that so much in your career before promoters start to, I don't want to say make him pay for it like it's intentional, but at the end of the day, it's on to the next one, who can raise up the ranks. And now they're going to probably start to use him as a guy who build other guys off the ranks. And that might seem harsh, but it's this is Darwin's theory out here. You know what I'm saying? It's survival of the fittest. And that's what happened.
I don't think it's such a big deal. He's going to get a lot of opportunities. There'll be boots and his opportunities now. Look, Vito Mielnicki is coming up in the welterweights. There'll be opportunities, 100%. You know what I mean? Like, if Rosado's still fighting and dudes less accomplished, they will definitely find places to put Dulorme.
Well, those are guys with a commercial appeal, and that's the issue with Dulorme is, there isn't a ton of commercial appeal about him. But you're right.
I think you're wrong.
Good name.
I think that's why he was in the main event, because he does have that commercial not appeal, but the commercial residual, right? That residual left over from like the fights with Crawford. He's been in bigger name fights than most other welterweights that are considered journeymen or gatekeepers. You understand?
And that's fair. I think that ultimately what you have to agree with me, though, on is that he's not going to be put in a position where they're going to move him up the ranks. Like, nobody's going to start giving him his diet and looking out for him. He's going to be a guy that's going to have to earn his next opportunity against a really tough young guy or
like
or
I said,
vet.
he'll get an Ennis shot. He'll get an Ennis or a Vito on the way up. Like, he's gotta earn it.
But remember, those are more opportunities for the other guys than they are for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, all I'm saying is that he's gonna have to upset the apple cart at some point.
Absolutely.
Like he's gonna be in the position where he's not being put into fights where he's the favorite anymore. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna start using it.
And I totally understand that. But what I'm simply saying is that he will still get opportunities. He's still the guy. He's still the guy that got a draw with Jesse, dropped Ugas, tough fight with Jamal, arguable fight with someone else, lost to Crawford. Like, he's still the guy with multiple names. You kidding me? There's plenty of people that they can use him for.
No, absolutely.
That's
it
what,
will
that's
use
what
him.
the gatekeeper
Absolutely.
is, right? So we just put in them to test someone else, and then he can win.
Mario, you keep trying to emphasize. I understand that he is going to go into whatever position as the B side. We are clear. I get
that was Mitty said. What? That was Mitty talking. What the hell are you talking about?
Right before that. Right before Mitty jumped in. Remember, I hear everything.
What?
I'm telling you, play the playback. Play the playback.
Guys,
that's
smoking that. Play the playback.
Crazy stuff tonight.
Let's get to how far can Vito go? I'm gonna change it and say how many more fights before Vito fights Dulorme?
Ooh. I mean, he only got 6 fights. How
I
fast
think
they trying to
more fights.
Maybe like what? Like 5 more fights, Mitty?
Oh my God, you gonna let Mitty answer? He's gonna say like 3.
Oh, damn, Mitty, that's how you doing it, Mitty? That's how you pushing your fight and shit?
No, I think it'll be longer than that.
Remember, he called Porter a gatekeeper.
No, it'll be longer than that purely because of like the Mielnicki I've seen yesterday is, we didn't get the chance to see much of him, but it's still like someone who's quite early in his development. There are a few more people that are in front of the line, for him to just get Dulorme next. We talked about a few names. We talked about Ray Robinson. We talked about Boots. We talk about like Ugas. All those kind of guys will be there and will have the opportunity to fight Dulorme before, right? Or they'll give them Dulorme before they'll put Mielnicki in the ring with Dulorme, I think. And I think Mielnicki needs to take the time from what I've seen. Not that he didn't get like the stoppage that he wanted, right? But
Mitty, I heard Chris Congo wants some of Dulorme. You think he could beat him?
Hey, why not, man? That would be good. That would be a tough fight.
Now why not? Can he beat him?
He can beat him, man. Like, so if, once again, I'm going on like island stages, man. If I don't go for my champ, right? So, and if I don't back him out, man.
You're right.
So,
I learned that from the UK, man.
I think he can beat him, but again, it's not an easy fight. We just said Dulorme, we're just putting him with like kids that are talented. So the fact that you think that Congo is a name that you just like putting stock in my guy, you're just saying he's talented. So that's good, man.
No, what I mean, not that I think he's a name, and I'm not trying to take a compliment away. I'm simply saying Dulorme is the name that a welterweight coming up needs on his resume. So
absolutely,
Congo and his team should be looking at Dulorme like, yo, he just lost. Yo, we need that guy. Let's get that name.
And at some point, he will need to have a name like that on his resume. So, I think that he's just more ready than Mielnicki to get that shot. And, it's closer to Mielnicki to get the shot out of Dulorme. And hopefully that can happen, man.
All right. So, Morrell, how quick could he win a world title? He just became a WBA interim champ, which is underneath Canelo, who's the super regular, Callum's the super, or Canelo's the super, and now Callum's the super. I don't know. It's a lot of stuff happening.
They're giving away a lot of belts. Listen, I think that it's going to be a difficult question to answer because, if you wanted to ask how long until he gets into a title situation, that could be quicker than how fast he wins it. Because I don't know where he goes at this point in terms of development. All I know is that he's 3-0 right now. He beat a guy like Lennox Allen, which shows that, hey, you do have skill, but there's a separation between the top of the division and the Lennox Allen. And that's no hate. That's just the truth. So I don't know. I don't know how far developed he truly is. He's definitely better than his 2-0 record was. He's definitely much more experienced than BoxRec would suggest. But other than that, I still think that there is room to improve. I think there were moments last night where he fought kind of not an immature fight, but he did the dancing and the shuffling and he was winking outside the ring. And listen, when you're in total control, that's fine. I understand it. I just think that if you're there to take care of business, that you can't do a dance in the world. You can't wink enough to impress people as much as a knockout would, or as much as, really putting on a great performance. That's what leaves people's impressions in mind.
Hold on, Champ.
But
Champ.
no salt.
Why are you hating? Because my man got flavor.
No.
Because my man in there doing a little salsita with the Ali shuffle, bro. My man is fighting 12 rounds on his third pro fight. Why are you hating?
Yeah, why we ain't jumping behind him?
Why are you hating?
I'm
the
different.
champ went 12 rounds.
I'm different.
So what you think? He could win a world title in his next fight?
I'm not saying
it
the next
depends.
fight. I'm saying what I am saying is that he showed us that he can go 12 rounds with a guy that, my man, Ness put the house on it. Like, it's rare that Ness has a lot of confidence in the dude, and it's for a reason. The guy was there to fight, but David Morrell showed up and he had the gas tank. He showed different things in there. And look, Mitty, I know you was with me on this one. He got outclassed, Allen.
Yo,
Allen was outclassed for sure.
Morrell versus Callum or Billy for a title, man. Let's go.
One second before we go there, right? Like I was with you. That Morrell definitely outclassed Allen, but what I'm hearing from Mario, I can't disagree too much. Like he outclassed him. And at times, I think like his showboating had a purpose at times, but sometimes it had no purpose. And what I'm saying, like he had a purpose. Sometimes it meant that he wanted Allen to just be a bit more like off his game and start to just come at him and be upset by the showboating. Allen is not stupid. He didn't bite into this, and he didn't go with the stupid reaction. However, Morrell kept doing it a bit too much without showing us like the finish, or the devastating finish. When you do it to that extent, you need to show us something else, like show us like that you can get your opponent out of there. And that's the only criticism I had of his showboating. Other than that, he's a skilled fighter, but I don't think he's ready just yet for the Callum. He's just not ready just yet for the Billy Joes. He's not ready for the Canelo. And,
I don't think he's ready for a single world champion. Yeah. I mean, unless we're talking about some WBA, bronze belt, but
he's not ready for them.
Yeah, I don't think he's ready for the world
level.
Not yet. I think he will. I think he could be. I think he very well could.
Listen, that's no knock.
He's 22 years old.
Exactly.
That's the thing that we have to remember. Like, so.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be ready yet.
Exactly. Yeah. He doesn't have to. Listen, it's his third fight. He doesn't have to be ready. He already has, surpassed so many fighters with that one fight. He skipped the rankings altogether, and now the world knows who he is. There's no rush because all those champions are tough fights, and all those champions are better than Lennox Allen. So, give him something else. But looking at the rankings, I like Anthony Durrell. Maybe they could dust off Andre Durrell.
Dust off?
Yeah.
How long he been out?
Maybe, he's been out. Maybe they could do Caleb Truax, Maybe they could do Caleb Truax.
It's possible. I can see that. Truax.
Maybe they could find Martin Murray, dust Martin Murray off. Give
another
him some
option.
Give him some international flavor there. They really want to go in their bag. I would bring Feisenbutts back.
Feisenbutts, huh?
Bring Feisenbutts back. He just lost on NBC. Bring him right back. Bring him back.
Go and find Lucien Boutte somewhere. And
Well, Feisenbutts is still ranked. I'm talking ranked people. Like, you want to keep it in America? he ain't. I think fights and butts he'll get more international flavor than he'll get domestic fandom from fighting Mayweather promoted Lionel Thompson. Like, I don't think no one knows him like that. He could fight Yeardom. Yeardom would be a common opponent with Eubank. That wouldn't be bad. You know? But there's not many sexy names in that division like that don't have a belt. And
do you feel like there's going to be a lot of offers being thrown at this moment? Like, you know, are people interested in who's the promoter again? Because
it was not on my radar until yesterday. You know, I didn't know Morrell or.
Are promoters interested? You think, Mitty? Or because I don't know the promoter.
They must be to give him a shot as in his third fight. They must know. They must recognize the talents.
Like in your experience, is that normal?
What?
It's not normal at all, and that's why I picked Morrell. Like, if you remember when we talked on the Thursday show, I just said, hey, there's definitely something in that guy that makes him the favorite for this fight, and they're also giving him an opponent that has like a decent record, but also that is not that dangerous because we don't really know Allen, right? So obviously they're setting that guy up.
You don't know Allen
for something big. Well, yeah, I didn't know.
You don't
him,
know
right?
Allen. Allen was ranked.
Allen
had a WBA gold belt. He had a gold just like Virgil.
Now I know him. Like, but then that's the thing. Like, so they were just definitely just trying to set Morrell up for success, right? So, and which he did. He came through it. And now it's the real problem is like what's next for him. Like, once you put someone on the map that early, how do you slow down his development and just go back to fighting less opposition? You have to keep the guy in front of like the public that has not discovered him and is excited to say, who's that guy? A bit like a Loma, right? So when Loma went in there with in a second fight and he lost, okay, that's fine. They didn't slow down. They say, okay, who's next? Gary Russell, boom, let's go, right? And we keep going, right? So can they do that with Morrell? I don't think so, based on what I've seen. But they have to just give him someone that we recognize, right? They can't
it gotta be a name that we know. And let me tell you, these rankings are up, and all these names are foreign, bro. All these names look crazy. No,
a lot
seriously.
of Eastern European or what's on?
They just not look. The ring is too top heavy for him. Could he sneak in there and maybe beat Lemieux, who's with Golden Boy, so it's gonna be hard to get, and Chudnoff, who's international, so
I think he can beat both, to be honest.
But the thing
you saw a lot of skill, huh, Mitty?
No, but the thing is he gonna get that? Like, he could beat Lemieux. He probably could beat Chavez, but those are fights that he can't really get. Like, is he gonna get that? And that's what I'm saying. Like, what is accessible to him? What is available to him that they can give him that's gonna give him some more recognition? But whatever, man. He's 3-0. He did what he did. He beat my guy. So now I'm gonna be on Team Morrell because he beat my guy. I consider him pretty proven now. At this point, he beat someone I thought was ranked. But we can move on to quick hits.
Say what?
How about the other guys on the card, like Santa Maria and Fox?
We didn't put those guys. They didn't make the cut.
Man. Yeah, I didn't think that.
Mario,
I some losers on PBC, and I was reading the thing, but I forgot. We just stopped going over it for some reason. But
we can shout out Santa Maria.
Yeah, for sure.
It
was shout out.
Mitty, it's sarcasm. It's sarcasm. It was a typo.
Shout out to Coffee, who is Ness's boy.
Yep.
Who,
he heard the playback.
He
heard the playback. He said, "Yo, I'm listening to the commentary. Y'all dudes funny.
I'm gonna put you to sleep."
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I saw something about that. I didn't understand it at first when I saw it in the chat. But that's hilarious. Wait, we didn't say anything bad, did we?
I mean, no, we called him. We called him a little fluffy here and there. He got called fluffy, and then we was like, "Damn, does he really got power?" And then it happened, it happened.
Yeah, then it happened.
Yo,
it's always
I think he only got like 6,000 or 7,000 for that though. 5,000. I think they both got 5,000. Can you believe that?
Say what?
He was truly no A side. They try to play my mans in them. That's what he definitely heard. He heard me saying PBC should have signed him, and then they ain't signed him, and that's good. He drilled that little dude, whoever he was. You know, try to plan.
Pena.
Yo,
Pie.
hit him with 3. Bang, bang.
Yo,
bang.
and you could see
that
like
pie
the
comment.
size disparity, man. Pena was trying to make it a fight, but it was a matter of time.
Nah,
Once
nah,
Kofi
nah, nah,
landed,
nah, nah,
he
nah,
woke
nah.
his ass up. put him
Pena
in
made it a
the-
fight. Not trying. Let's stop. Pena made it a fight. Pena was hitting
Pena
with
made
too
it a
many
fight,
shots.
You know what? You're right.
No,
I didn't-
he made it
No,
a
we don't-
fight, but
It's
I didn't
it
expect
needs-
Pena to hit him that much at all. Yo,
listen, but let's be honest though.
Shout out to Pena, bro.
Kofi was very comfortable, even when he was getting hit, right? Like I said on the show yesterday, he's getting hit a bit too much for my liking, but at the same time, he was very comfortable in his defense. And some of those shots were just gliding off the shoulders and all that. So, and he
I
was
don't
just
know about
popping
all that.
Pena every time, you know. So,
I
He
don't
hit
know
him with
about
a
all
triple left hook, like
yeah.
it was crazy.
Definitely.
Referee jumped in, man. He didn't want him getting hurt. I thought at the beginning it was like
they
a quick
said
stoppage,
they
but
said
I like,
Mike Lee. Hell no, bro. Mike Lee does nothing. Like
call
nothing.
him.
Might they still fight?
Yeah, he fights getting off the canvas. Yo,
Fight getting out of that Subway commercial he used to be in.
what you think? Yo, what else was on that card? We got to shout out Michael Fox and Lucas
Yeah, we said
Santamaria.
that.
Who else for?
Santamaria.
Who else for?
That was it.
We moving on. Moving
No.
on. Huh?
No, like I mean, like the Fox versus Santa Maria, like was like a closer fight than the scorecards showing.
Honestly,
Like, to me.
I feel like I'm not gonna rewatch it. Let that be clear. I'm not gonna rewatch it, but I feel like I wasn't expecting Santa Maria to win.
No, we went.
Me
but
neither.
But the thing is, like,
It ain't
we have
look
to
like that. Like
recognize-
it didn't. No, what I mean is not that I wasn't expecting. Like it didn't look like he was winning. Like it looked like Fox was doing better at fighting
exactly
his
what you're saying.
game.
So what did the judges like? They liked the forward pressure, which in the second half of the fight, to me, was not effective at all. But in the first half, he did his thing, and he even put the guy down. Ultimately, I thought that a knockdown will play a part. But when you really look at the scorecards, the knockdown didn't play a part into it.
No, the
I don't know
judges
what the
played a
judges
part.
were-
Terrible.
Yeah, I
they
don't know
were
what the judges
one
were
had
doing.
it 99
Bro.
to 90.
For Fox,
99
for
to
Fox, I wonder like how much this takes from him because he's not a PBC fighter. He's signed a King's promotion, so he's always gonna be the B side. He just got robbed in the Egershad fight, and now he loses this fight. Like, how do you keep fighting? You know what I mean? Like, you giving it your all. You giving it your all. People telling you won, but you can't get the win. You can't even get a judge to think you won, let alone the three of them to agree that you won. You know what I mean? So it's tough, man. I
Yeah.
wonder, can he keep it going?
Hey, but I
Well,
mean,
you
like,
want a
the coach for Santa Maria told us though, like that, you know, and he stuck to his word. Like he was gonna come with pressure, and he was gonna just like try to upset Fox, right? I didn't see it like that exactly, but yeah, man, like I thought it was a closer fight. I thought there was one round in it, but not like 99-90, man. Like,
Yeah, that was bad, bro.
yeah.
That's the type of stuff to get. It just deflates people, bro.
Yeah,
Like
that's
you're gonna
what I'm
beat me,
saying.
you're gonna beat me, but like don't do that.
You know, it's like, how does that kid get up to go run his mouths this week when all he's thinking about is, man, this 2 back-to-back robberies, man. They ain't gonna, you know, give me a break. I ain't never gonna get a good shake. You know, you don't know shit about boxing. They should fire you. Yo, Mario,
All right.
quick hits.
Yeah, let's go to a quick hit. So everybody's going to get 30 seconds to give their point of view. Leo Santa Cruz talking in the media recently, talking about his upcoming fight with Gervonta Tate Davis, which will be contested for both of their belts at both weight classes somehow. And Leo says that he plans on taking Tank deep into the rounds and drowning him in the later rounds. What our question is, and what you have 30 seconds to answer, is this the best strategy for Leo to win, or is this the only strategy that Leo has to win?
All right,
Who's got the stop?
what's
Who
the
got
lineup,
stopwatch?
champion?
Who got the stopwatch? I'm going first.
Where's
All
the
right,
lineup,
let me-
champion?
let-
I got
let
the
me get-
stopwatch. I got
You
everything.
got it? All right, you got
Ready?
it. Go ahead.
Ready?
Go ahead.
Let
This
me
is-
know when
this
you're
is
ready
what I
to
got to
start.
say to Leo.
Ding, Ding.
1 minute, right?
Leo, why?
30 seconds.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Leo lying.
Ooh, all right, so let's go, champ.
That's all he needed.
That's all, bro.
Oh,
That's all he
That's
needed.
all.
It's done.
In record time.
Righty then.
Knockout.
He's lying.
Listen,
All right,
I'll
Mario, go.
I'll go next. Listen, 30 seconds on the clock going now. Listen, I think it is his best chance. By best chance, it's his only chance, and by only chance, he has no chance. I'm sorry. Like, I just more and more I think about it, I don't see Tank losing this fight. And if Leo can make this like a rough and tough fight and sucker Tank into not doing or not using his best attributes in the fight, then yeah, it could go the other way. But ultimately, it's just not going to happen. I don't care. Awesome.
Shinobi.
All right, Mr. Coach Mitty from across the pond. Let's go, champ.
Yeah, okay. I mean, like, a fight is a fight, man. So, and Leo, we're talking about his only chance or his strategy. Leo's only has ever had one strategy, and that's not just with Tank, it's with anyone. He goes in, puts forwards, puts pressure, and just lets his hands go. So, is it what he's going to do? Yes, that's what he's going to do. Do I put money on him to win? No, because I think that, Tank has the equalizing power, and even if he's overwhelmed by punches, he'll find that, big shots that will just put him out.
Yo,
Coach
in the lead
Mitty
right
with the
now.
speed, bro. He was showing
Mitty in the lead.
move on there. All right, real quick intermission. Ken Stone on the super chat says 2 belts are on the line for the Tank fight, so he can negotiate a new weight on fight night. What?
Trash. So meaning he's gonna miss weight and still get the fight.
Cheap. All right, I guess I'll time myself.
It's a 135 and a 130 belt on the line.
All right, so let me just time myself real quick, champies. Boop. All right.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy, man?
What's wrong with
Yeah, this is not a swimming class. All right, so I don't know who you're taking where to drown him. All right, you're not going to be the guy to dictate that. It's going to be Tank. Tank's going to decide when this fight is over, when he starts unloading them crazy shots on you. Now, if for some reason you've managed to practice and prepare your body to, go up against these hard shots and you make it, then so be it. You might take him on the long rounds. Damn, timed out. Cheer.
That was not bad either. I think I got to give Mitty the win on this one today.
Oh yeah, who died and made you?
My guy, my guy Mario, man. He knows, man.
I thought he did it within time, and he said the point that I didn't think about, so he gets credit for it.
And Leo was lying.
Yo, so moving on to the second topic of the day, the PBC
schedule. Yo, I'm gonna go first on this. Trash.
Trashy trash.
Matter of fact, I got a soundbite for this. Where is that? Let me see. Rapper soundbites.
Them niggas is basura, bro.
Trash, bro.
Basura, you say.
Trash, bro.
Why, campeon?
Sean
What were you
Porter,
expecting
Sean Porter versus Formella is a bubble fight. Islandri Lauria versus Greg Venditti is a bubble fight. Ulgas Amos is a bubble fight.
Why are you not mentioning the Benavides Angulo one though?
Well, because that's Showtime. This is Fox announcement. Why don't you play catch up, champ?
It's PBC though.
Why don't you be on point?
Why don't you just say Showtime or Fox?
Why don't you check that the title says Fox schedule revealed? Why don't you check that?
But you are leaving
trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers. Yeah, you getting bodied by a singing nigga. I'm not the type of nigga that a type of
nigga. We could go sound
Yo, listen, but you not putting the undercards either though. It's Sean Porter, Sebastian Formella, which is going to happen August 22nd for the WBC IBF welterweight title eliminator. Apparently now, no mention of the IBO. And on the undercard is Sebastian Fundora versus Nessa's guy Nathaniel Gallimore in the welterweight co-main event. And I think opening is going to be Joey Spencer in a 6-round. Super welterweight special attraction. I don't know what that means.
Special
attraction.
That means
special attraction.
I think they're gonna see how much he can lift, how many times he can lift 135, or he's gonna go through like an NFL combine. I don't know.
Great. Yo, Brandon Maurice on the super chat says boycott the WBA and their vacant interim titles. Shaking my head.
Hell yeah,
hell
man.
yeah, hell
He
yeah.
Diddy wrote a really good piece this
You got
weekend.
Ugas every day posting that he about to be world champ on September 8th. Every day. That's the WBA fault, bruh. Why? Why?
But real quick, I'll finish it off. August 29th, you got Erislandy Lara versus Greg
Oh,
Javier Capetillo on the super chat. Hold on. I gotta do it. Chip! And Javier says, Ness, I hope we can still be friends. And believe me, Fox did not get robbed. Everything was against us. Everyone thought we were going in to lose. Fox didn't use his reach, by the way. Great family.
Yo, he didn't use his reach. That's what I'm saying. He was looking better on the inside than the small man. I thought he fought Santa Maria's game and didn't get credit for it. They would, people did to him what I did to Jamal James. Like, oh, he's a big guy and he's not using his height and reach. But he was effective on the inside. But look, I didn't say you robbed him. I'm just saying that for him, he might look at himself in the mirror and not want to go running because that's 2 back-to-back losses. I said the first one.
I think close.
No,
right,
but no. But I said the first one where Ergashev, he was robbed. And now this loss, those was my exact words. But I hear you. We definitely still friends. We got to get Lucas on now.
Yeah, man. And you and Mitty got to take y'all's crow for that one, too.
No, definitely. I take my crow.
Me and Doomy pick Santa Maria, and Mitty and Ness pick
we
Fox.
don't believe you. You need more.
You lying. Where's the list? You lying.
Yo, I got the list
You
right
lying.
now. I got the list.
Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking, Mitty. Mitty like, no, he's not lying. Yo, hold on. Here go the crow.
That was a crow sandwich. Extra mustard.
Look at Brandon.
I appreciate the coach though, right? Coach listening in and just like it's a great feeling, especially like when he says like when everyone is against you, when you get the win, like it's a great feeling. I'm sure like he's really happy and he can take that experience to just like build his fighter and just capitalize on that win, right? So shout out to you, coach, and thanks for like letting us know in the interview as you were gonna do that. So and you did it. So, well done.
You know what's funny?
Manifested it.
You know what's funny that he said everything was stacked against him when Michael was in a PBC fighter either. He's a King's promotion fighter.
No, but you know when you go to a show and you can feel it, right? So and maybe that's the mentality that you have to have sometimes, that the world is against you, so you can just fight even better. But then when you get to a show and you see small details, sometimes you feel like, damn, everything is against us, right? They don't want us to win, right? So, but the judges show something different, though.
Shout out to Javier, man, listening to the show. Yesterday, Fabio was listening to the show. This morning, after his fight at 3:56 in the morning, Mike Polite was listening to the show. Yo, you guys are amazing, and that's why I love what I do. I really do. I really, really do. Yo, get yourself another happy soundbite, dog. What's up with that? Everything is a good vibration. That's a circus soundbite. Like, what's going on, man? Get to the board. Oh, so now I'm clowning? That's what you're trying to say? I'm here to entertain you? I'm funny like a clown with a red nose?
They gonna have to send their best fighter for the champ.
So getting back to it real quick, August 29th, the Erislandy Lara, Greg Vendetti, Alfredo Angulo, Caleb Truax fight.
You want me to tell you what I know about Vendetti?
Tell me.
Vendetti got his legs made into spaghetti by Rashidi Speedy. But I can't tell you. I can't tell you nothing more.
That was boxing bars material.
I can't tell you nothing more. Just know that that's factual.
All I can tell you is that it's my favorite cup size at Starbucks. Listen.
I don't drink Starbucks, but they do have weird names for cups like that.
Yeah, I like to get a cappuccino size Vendetti.
Brandon, send me that link, Brandon. Brandon, send me that link right now on Skype. He said he watched Formella Thulani for the second time today. First time today. I need to rewatch it too, man. It hurt the first time I watched it, but I gotta watch it.
Yo, September 6th, Ugas versus Abel Ramos. Francis Bartholomew versus Alberto Puello.
Abel Ramos wasn't. Hold on,
Jesus
y'all.
Ramos in an 8-round special attraction.
Abel Ramos was stopped. FYI, guys, Abel Ramos was stopped by Jamal James. I'm about to double check, but he was stopped by Jamal James, and Jamal James was stopped by Urgas. Can you believe this? Oh my God, don't be ridiculous.
Crazy circle, huh?
Urgas beat Jamal by unanimous decision, and Jamal beat Abel Ramos by majority decision. So I was wrong on both, but right in a way, right? He won, but not by knockout, and the other one, lost, but not by knockout. So there you go. But yeah, common opponent. So isn't that weird? Like Abel is who allegedly Ugas would have to beat to become a champ, a dude that Jamal beat, who, by the way, Urgas beat. You know what I mean? It's just wow. Wow.
I feel you,
Real
Champy.
quick,
I feel you.
super chat. Mr. 704 says, I shouldn't super chat. Chased you all week for nothing. But it's for TBV, so I'm biased to the movement. Hashtag sniper game.
Dog, you chased me to make a bet on dudes that I'm riding with. I ain't putting money on them. I put the metaphorical house. You see me still doing the show. I'm obviously in the house doing the show, bro. I'm in my studio. So, I put the metaphorical house. You the one wilding.
Yo, so let's finish this off so we can get beyond this one. Saturday, November 7th, Saturday, December 26th are two shows that Fox plans on having a PBC event on, but they don't have any main events as of yet. And then, of course, they had the Errol Spence, Danny Garcia announced.
Errol Spence, Danny Garcia. Yeah. That's it. That's official tissue.
And that was it.
Yeah. That was
they do have
biggest...
a bunch of FS1 fights scheduled though, Ness.
Yeah, you got main events on them? You got who's in them?
Zero.
Exactly.
Zero.
It's just dates,
Zero.
right? Just dates.
All dates.
Yes.
All dates. All dates.
That's why it's
Kinda
immediate reaction. Fox schedule immediate reaction. Garbage is what I said. Basura,
yeah.
Wow.
It is very lackluster.
Showtime hit him in the gut. But that's what happens. You see, if y'all haven't figured it out, Al has been doing that since day one. 1 or 2 years, his fighters is on one network, then they go to the other. Remember, Showtime had their role. Showtime was smashing it. Then Fox started smashing it. Now it's back to Showtime. Because he only got but so many main event fighters, so he sends them back and forth to these places. You know what I mean? Look.
Damn, you go deep into the schedule. The first one is Spencer Garcia on Fox.
Yo,
it's actually scheduled.
Mad Bent said James took the Ugas fight on short notice. Just saying. Won't you just say that you got Jamal James' name tatted on your chest as well? Because you gonna put that asterisk next to freaking box rack? You know what I mean? Oh, you took it on short. Nobody cared. You should have never took the fight. That's the same thing that Phil Greco likes to say. Oh, I fought Earl 7 days. Well, why you take it? Because you wanted that check. You know what I'm saying? You thought you could win. You know what I'm saying? That's your fault, not our fault. We read what's on box rack. You lose.
Damn, Champy, they hitting you with the soundbite.
They hitting James crying about taking fights on short notice with the soundbite. You ain't get that. They hitting James fans with the soundbite, Papa. Anyway,
Just
moving
kidding,
on.
bro.
This is a good one, but honestly, I'm gonna take a whole different approach, right? My man Jermell is in another Twitter beef. I think this dude is like the new Crawford, man. Like, I don't even care what took place.
You said Jermell, right?
Oh, I said Jamal by mistake, but I meant Jermell.
Yeah, I thought
you know
you
how that
did
goes.
say Jamal, but
Look,
I was like, I think I heard him wrong.
I feel him. Like, I'm in a rock and a hard place because it's like I'm mad and I'm not mad, right? I'm mad because it's like, bro, you always in some Twitter beef. Then I'm not mad because he always want the smoke with everybody. And he told in these messages that Mario would read, he told Billy Joe, I see you in America is on. I'm about that life. You know what I'm saying? I'll slap you. All that goodness. So I want this. I want this. Even though I don't, right? Because it's like, yo, chill, champ. You rich. You got kids. You got, beautiful career. Like, do you really want to be fist fighting in the street anytime you see Billy Joe? But I'm going to tell you this right now. Don't think I'm just some American podcaster. Nah. Billy Joe's the real deal. if he gonna approach Billy Joe, he better not play no games. Let me tell you right now. Right now, I was witness to Billy Joe's cat-like reflexes. You do not want to take him for granted in an altercation in the street, no less.
Or a chicken wing tossing contest. Right?
And before Jermell and Jamal get mad at, this dude always hating on us. Nah, remember, I was there, champs. Champs to both of y'all. Y'all both champs.
Bro, he's fast at throwing chicken wings.
Champs. I was in the UK when him and Wilder got into it over something that he said to Wilder. I was like, oh, Billy Joe, come here. Billy came over, tried to shake his hand. The rest is history. You feel me? That being said, don't think you going to just say some tough stuff to Billy Joe in his face. When you see him, you better do your thing because he going to do his. I'm telling you. That's all I got to say.
Yo, real quick, I'll just read what happened.
Go ahead. Says Ugas lost to Amir Imam by unanimous decision.
Yo, won't you give that asterisk? Won't you say that was the old Ugas when he was like not training with Silas, when he was living in East Coast, when he was just getting that, like over here? Like, tell that. Won't you say all that though? Won't you say all that?
Yo, so look, real quick, the comment that all started this off was apparently an old video of Jermell maybe saying, quote, Billy Joe Saunders is a complete trash of a fighter to me. And Saunders came back and said, I don't think even knowing who exactly he was talking to, between which of the Charlos he was talking to, just talking to the one that said it, I guess. He said, you big bum, you won't box no one. I don't even know which mistake of a brother you are, but I'll slap you, boy. Said Saunders on Twitter. Dumb B-word. Let me know when you in America again. I got a surprise for you and your son, said Jermell to Saunders.
Damn,
I don't IDGAF what anybody think. I'm really about that life.
He said that too? Oh, my bad. I didn't see that.
Yo, I ain't know he said you and your son, but I hear him because his son like punching people in the penis, man. So, yeah.
Yo, hey, you don't want to beef with Billy Joe, man. His responses, they're too sharp, man. The guy is crazy. He said, well, I don't know what mistake of a brother you are.
That was super harsh. That was super harsh. When I heard that, I was like, whoa.
Yo, Ken Stone on the super chat says Charlos want that smoke. Want the smoke till Danny Jacobs rolls up. Oh! Chill, Chizzy.
They said when he shows up, they look for a miracle, man.
Say what?
Yo.
Look at Mario.
Yo, well, I don't know. Listen,
Mario got his belt back. He want to rap every show now.
Yo, listen, I don't know what to make of it. I think that I've been for a while wondering what's going to bring Jermell up to 160. I mean, obviously, other than the comfort of being able to fight at 154 and, growing out of weight class and all the normal things. But, like, what's going to be the fight that draws him there? Like, what's going to be the target that he sets for himself? Saunders a little bigger than 160, but at the end of the day, I mean, these are all fights that I think could be made at some point in the next couple of years.
Nah, no? Chill. Let's not even digest this topic in that manner. Like, this should just be what it is. We're reporting the gossip of boxing, but, like, this isn't a fight. Jermell's in a real fight. He's right, or rather, Billy should have said the message to himself. Who has he fought that we can remember? Jermell's about to be unified or try to be. Jermell is in a significant fight. It's been a while since we have seen a significant Billy Joe Saunders fight. I think he needs to stop fighting heavy bags and calling them women. He needs to stop fighting people on Twitter and start fighting in the ring and fight the urge to use nasal spray so that we can see him in the ring. That's what he needs to do.
I think, listen, I think that you're absolutely right.
And you didn't get to that tweet because Jermell, you didn't get to that tweet because Jermell said you ain't nothing but a cheater this, cheater that. So find that tweet because he told him how he feel the truth.
Yo, then I'm sorry. The story I read is must have not had it all
I'm
come
gonna
out
pull
at the
up.
same
I'm
time.
gonna pull up Jermell's tweets then.
Yeah, I should have
thought
just
you
pulled
had
it up on Twitter. But the problem is, I didn't know where the interview was. That sparked it all.
The
Like,
problem
I still haven't heard it.
problem is you a Matchroom shell, and every time PBC do something good, you don't want to highlight it.
What?
I'm
The
joking.
fuck are you talking
I'm
about?
joking.
Yeah,
yo,
Mario.
He's like,
Mario turned into
where
Wario.
did that come from?
No, he said Billy Joe Saunders is a complete trash of a fighter to me. And I think it was at one of these presser conferences. Of course, he's wanted a response from this Brash Saunders, who struck promptly. And that's when he came back with that, you big bum, you won't box no one. I don't even know which mistake.
No. First of all, let me screen share this. First of all, gentlemen, it was Charlo's burner account that got at Billy Joe so that Billy Joe could see. So Charlo's burner account was the instigator. Now, it's funny that Charlo's burner account, you see it right here, Charlo's burner. It's funny that he instigated it because Charlo, what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? He acknowledges the burner account and the existence of it and calls it funny. Similar to how Eddie Hearn acknowledges his burner account. I think it's called like Eddie Hearn quotes or something. What's it called, Mitty? You know what I'm talking about. That one went like viral though.
There's another one, but I don't know the name of that.
Yo, the one of Eddie got bigger than Eddie. It's crazy. But listen,
That's hilarious.
So this is what Charlo's burner sent to Billy Joe.
A complete trash of a fighter to me. Billy Joe Saunders a complete trash of a fighter to me.
So
was that made?
No, that's him. It's from a press conference, and they just clipped it. They clipped it the way you do, but they sent it to Billy Joe. So Billy Joe quote tweeted it back to the real Charlo and said, "You big bum, you won't box no one. Don't even know which mistake of a brother you are, but I'll slap you, boy."
I'll slap you, boy.
Yeah, don't laugh.
Don't laugh.
Let me tell you something. Don't laugh at that because I'm telling you, the way things are, because he's white and the other one's black and this one's saying boy, that might get ugly in a little couple of weeks from now.
I didn't even think of that. You're right.
Now, second, he says, Charlo does. He says, your career is washed. You failed a drug test. Cheaters never win. Big bank take little bank. What's good? What's W-A-A-W?
Where you at?
Oh, where you at? Where you at? And then he come back and say, oh, Mario read that one already.
Yeah.
Let me
Shout
know
out
when
to
you
Matt
in America.
Bet on the super chat says, God's favorite tatted on my chest.
And then the last one, Doomy said to you, but that's the order. He was like, man, I don't give freakers what anybody think. I'm really about that life. So basically, he don't care. And look, let's just remember one thing. For all those UK fans that are going to want to come in here and defend, Billy, look, you're entitled to that, just like I wrote it for my fighter. But, yeah, man, this is just gossip we're reporting on, bro. Like, I don't think it will
amount to anything
more than a recorded fake scuffle, where they see each other and it's like everybody holding each other back and a couple of videographers get good footage and it's like, anarchy erupts when Charlo and Billy Joe meet, but nothing really happened like that.
I like the reporter impression. Boston Jared on the super chat says, Billy Joe tough until Andrade show up.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Oh.
I like you keep doing that.
The funny thing is that he wanted to fight Billy Joe at 68. So he, even after the nasal testing, he like, yo, I don't care. 68, let's do it.
Call you, let's do it. And has that fight even happened though? I mean,
what?
Jermell Charlo with Billy Joe? Like, is that a fight that happens?
I don't know.
Nah,
never, right?
He's at 154. I mean, I wouldn't say never, but definitely not anytime.
I'm saying,
I think that's right though.
I'm saying because of the whole, pandemic and crazy stuff happening lately. Like, is this something that's starting up that can lead to something, or?
I don't think not right now. I mean, like Ness said, I think it's just more about them beefing and really not have. This isn't really about the animosity of. To be honest with you, I'm wondering why it came about. Like, they had to have been responding to something that Billy Joe said. Like, I can't imagine they were just like, "Yo, you want to film me real quick? I'm just gonna say Billy Joe Saunders is trash." Like, that's all you're gonna say? Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Just record it real quick. Like,
hell no, it didn't go down like that.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. That didn't happen like that.
Listen, like all those guys will meet each other, or will be in situation where when they will meet each other, and like Ness said, nothing will really happen. Like, and that's normal, man. They're just professionals. They earn their living in the ring, not just for fighting in the streets. So that's kind of like corny. Like, so I don't know, man. It's just Twitter beef.
Twitter beef. I thought something magical was gonna happen.
Nah, man. Listen, he's got to fight. The other one don't. So like, Jermell need to focus on what he got in front of him, because it's a big task. He got Jason Rosario just newly unified. He could take 2 belts with this win. So, just handle that. Where we at?
Yo, we at this. Okay, it's a new segment that I got that I want to introduce to everyone. Let's see how it works. If it works, cool. If it doesn't, then that's okay. We're in a situation here where Teofimo and Lomachenko are currently not set to fight, and yet in the last 6-7 days, we've had reports that the fight's almost done. The fight's nowhere near done. The fight's not going to happen. The fight might happen. The fight is being negotiated. Verdejo's going to fight instead. It's just been all over the place. The last thing I think I read on Saturday is The Athletic reporting that they're confident that they are coming to terms. And specifically, Bob saying that he thinks Teofimo is starting to understand now and grasp the pandemic. And this is what I saw The Athletic, I believe, report, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, we're going to play a game. I am going to play the part of Lomachenko, and our resident Teofimo cape wearer, Doomy, is going to play the part of Teofimo, and I'm going to talk to you, Doomy, and I'm going to convince you. We're going to have Ness, Mitty, whoever wants to play the mediator here, and I'm going to start. And now, again, I'm not talking as Mario Mugia. I'm talking as Lomachenko. But at the same time, I guess I'm talking as Mario Mugia, who's playing Lomachenko. So I just want to tell you, Teofimo, this is what I want to tell you. Everybody wants the fight. Everybody wants the fight. They all want it. And I'm going to tell you that if it doesn't happen, they're going to blame you for it. It's been set up that way. It's an unfortunate position that you're in. I hate that you're in this position. Of course, I want guys to get everything they deserve. But right now, I deserve a little more. I'm that guy in the fight. Without me, you don't have a super fight. So don't you think that you should just take the money that's on the table now? I mean, you understand what's going on, right? You understand the place we're in. And at the end of the day, you're not going to get anything else closer. So why not take it?
What the fuck is wrong with this guy, man? You kidding me or what?
Hey, Teofimo would never do that. No.
Yes, he would. Bro, I'd be like, why are you talking to me?
Teofimo would be like that.
Why are you talking to me, champ? We supposed to be fighting. My camp's telling me I need more guap. I need more guap. You off over there enjoying your life. I need to be enjoying my life. I need to take care of my family. You've had plenty of time to do that, and it's my time to do it now. And I'm defending my title for the first time. It's a unification bout. Give me the bread, man. Give me the bread. Pass down the torch, man. Or are you scared? You scared?
Oh, okay.
Scared?
Well, that's fair. That's a fair point. But let's break this down to real brass tacks. All right. You got one of the biggest cities behind you, right? You got this Latin culture behind you. You're just starting out. By the time you're done, you're going to make millions off of people that genuinely love you. You know what I get? I get bullshit every day from people on Twitter that don't think I'm the best, that don't think I deserve to be pound for pound the best.
That's not my problem, champ.
No, you know what? It is your problem, because at the end of the day, you're trying to come and take what I got, okay? So at some point you're going to get your time. You're going to get your shine. You're going to make millions off of, Puerto Rico, Mexico fights and, Puerto Rico Independence Days, all that stuff. I don't have an Independence Day. All right. I don't have a Canelo to go and fight. I don't have these things. So I'm making bread I can right now.
Champ,
okay. Either you want in or you don't.
Champ, people are going to be tuning in because they want to see me, champ. America wants to see El Brooklyn, champ. You got to understand that. You got to understand that even though you feel like you should be getting your due, I feel like I should be getting my due because of those reasons. Like, you think if you was fighting, you think George, we're going to do George Linares numbers? We're going to do way bigger numbers than that. You got to understand that. You got to give me the money I deserve for the type of viewership I'm bringing.
You know what? You're right. You got the money. No, I was playing. Yeah, listen. That was just. Listen, here's the thing. I don't know if we settled anything, but I definitely feel better about the fight not happening. No, I'm just kidding. No, listen. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, I don't feel the way that I think Lomachenko probably feels in this situation, but I think we can understand it, though, right? I mean, no, Teofimo still deserves everything.
He deserves everything, man. He's risking his life, bro. Come on, man. Look, man, he's a champ.
Yo,
I don't want to hear nothing.
What was that? That was supposed to be the exclusive scoop between like.
That was the recorded version that we never got to hear.
That was the improv right there.
That was the improv. There you go. That's what it was.
Enrique
improv.
would have been proud. He'd been like, snaps.
All right,
Let's
so
go,
we're gonna
champs.
fight or not?
We're gonna fight. I'm signing my name, so
that's it. El Brooklyn, bro. We're gonna make this happen. You need the dance part.
Right.
Make these numbers really loud. El Brooklyn.
Yo, so the no, not the final. Sorry, but the final topic before we move on to the final segment is Mayweather-Dana White. What they cooking up? Is in the media this past weekend. I think yesterday, maybe. I saw it this morning, so who knows when it came out. That Dana White says he's been talking to Floyd and that a fight could be imminent, that they're talking and they're seeing what's going on. Anybody get wind of this?
What?
I didn't. Last I heard, Mayweather had something going on in China, maybe again with Ryzen.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about this.
Yeah. So supposedly, they have been talking the past week or so. I pulled up the story, and he says that a fight is very possible between Floyd Mayweather. Now, what's not clear are any of the details, But here's the thing: like at this point, do we need any details? Like we know Floyd's not going to fight in no octagon. We know that Floyd's probably not going to fight any of the young kids, like Earl Spence.
Does it have to be that? I thought Floyd was doing another exhibition.
It doesn't.
I heard that though. Ain't he doing another exhibition? Maybe the UFC's just gonna promote it, and maybe they could come to Floyd and say, "Look, don't we have better track record than boxing promoting?" I mean, maybe Floyd could turn around and say, "Dog, I've done the biggest numbers in the world, but I don't know." Listen. I'm so tired of Dana. Dana always got something to say about boxing. Where the freak is Zuffa at? Like, yo, why do we even report on Dana anymore, man? Like, my man is just gassing y'all up to try and steal boxing fans. He has absolutely no intention to do nothing with boxing. Everything that he says he's gonna do, he hasn't done.
He training people right now, Mayweather, champ.
Good call.
He training people. Maybe Mayweather's gonna get into training more and getting people on the stable. Maybe he got some deal going on with Dana White. I know that after that Conor McGregor fight, a lot of pockets was filled pretty good. So I know some good business relationships were left over, just kind of simmering because last time I heard also Dana wanted to start his own boxing promotion and maybe doing something with Al or Mayweather in the future. And this could be something that's manifesting itself now that you see Mayweather kind of taking it super serious in a sense, right? Because he did come out in social media and say this a couple months back on how he was gonna start to mentor and be a coach. So I don't know, champions. I don't know what's up and what's up next for Mayweather. I really heard he was gonna fight in China, so another quick 10 mil.
Yo, and that's what's the crazy
Go
thing
beat
here. I
somebody
think
up 10 million.
for real, make somebody cry on the floor for 10 mil. Listen, I think that whatever they got cooking up has probably little or nothing to do with boxing. And yeah, at the same time, they're going to expect this community to support it. I don't know. Whatever it's going to be, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to have very much interest in it because it's not going to be, boxing at the highest level. So, but at the same time, I don't care. I'm not going to hate. I'm not going to trash it. If there's a market out there for people that want to see exhibitions of what Floyd Mayweather used to bring to the ring, then, by all means, for sure. There's interest in Mike Tyson doing that, and I got interest in that. So I can fully understand why somebody might want to see Floyd Mayweather come back. I just don't want to see it if it's not in a boxing ring against a high level fighter. Got Big Super Mech saying, you won't see Dana in boxing because of the Ali Act, and he can't screw fighters over revenues and purses in boxing. Good point. Very, very good point.
Another one by Supermax. Shout out to Supermax. Cheers.
Shout out.
100 flexiones from Doomy coming soon. You crazy, Tank. It's going to be a new unified champ. Teofimo Lopez, El Brooklyn.
Yo, at least your triceps going to be just swole.
Nah, Supermax going to be looking like, he going to be looking like he buff, man. From these 100. Man. These 100 on command. These are on command, too. You guys, he could be right now, stopped over. He might have stopped over to use the bathroom.
Word like driver. That?
He'd be out there doing his thing, but I might just tell him like, yo, chill.
Hit me with those 20 real quick.
Yo, he might be at the stop sign. He might be able to. I might just hit him like, yo, Max, how you feeling today? You better get those gloves. You better have them gloves always on.
What if he like at his best friend's wedding or something, like standing up on the aisle? You gonna hit him up like, yo, give me that quick 5,
bro? But before he passed that ring, he dropped and hit 5.
That's what's up. I respect that. I respect
so
that.
we doing this UK segment because
yeah. So we hit the UK segment, last segment. If you did not see the fight, then you missed some pretty decent action. Harper-Jonas was a pretty good fight. A lot of people felt as though the decision didn't work out the way they thought it would. I thought it was all right at the end of the day. But Mitty's here, so Mitty, lead the way. Tell us what you thought, Harper-Jonas.
Man, we're waiting that long to talk about the best fight of this weekend, man. On a real though, it was a contender for one of the best fight of this weekend. Jonas Harper, what can I tell you? I did tell you that Jonas was like a live underdog. I didn't really understand why the odds were like that. And she came and showed that, she is like an Olympian. She came and showed that she was the more experienced fighter. She came and showed that she was the one with arguably the more power out of the two fighters. But as far as the decision goes and people calling it a robbery, I won't go as far as that. A robbery is, when the scorecards are crazy, way off what you're supposed to have. What we've seen, and I think like even Jonas can tell us that, is that going into the 8th round, it was like an equal fight. Like even a trainer told her, hey, you know what, after the 8th round, it's 4-4. So you just need to go and pull out and get some separation. I thought she did enough. And, I gave her like the 9th, and I would have called like the 10th, like an even round. But I'm not mad at the draw, right? So, and also I don't want to be biased. Like the fact that I picked Jonas as a bet maybe influenced my decision to give the extra round to Jonas. So I can't disagree with a draw. But what I want people to do is to give Jonas her credits, and also Harper, right? She came in and she did her thing. Also, she's a young champion.
Don't you think that? That fight definitely gave women's boxing a lot of credit, bro.
Yeah, it did.
It was exciting, bro. It was an exciting fight.
It did. If you watch it, you would have seen like a back and forth kind of fight. You would have seen some really good, decent action on the inside. It was not all about the clinching. I think Jonas was sneaky with neutralizing one hand from Harper and just like getting in uppercuts in there.
Yeah,
you had
it's
that
like a
surprise-
wizard. She was holding like a
Yeah,
wizard
she was
on
holding
the
there.
glove.
But, I mean, that's what you do. You just do it on a blunt side, and then you fight with the free hand, right? So, yeah, I had it for her, but I don't disagree with
I
Joe.
think they displayed a wonderful combination, like dance, bro. They was in each other's faces, guard up, and when they would punch punches, like I'm not comparing, like I'm not trying to say like, oh, like it was like if I was watching dudes fight, like I was watching two warriors fight, two people that were really thinking in the ring. It wasn't like something like and I'm not saying that I'm used to seeing girl fights, but levels, right? When you see levels, you really see the strategy and the tenacity and all that other good stuff, that high level stuff that you see in high level fights. You saw it with Harper and Jonas.
None of them wanted to lose, right? And the big credit I have to give Harper is like tenacity, right? Like you said, like in the 8th round, she got rocked badly, and she had to go through the 9th and 10th, knowing that another shot like that can take her out, but yet she just kept coming forward. And in my mind, what she did is to show the judges that she wasn't going to go away. She's there to fight. And that may have swayed some of those like scorecards just to give her like the 10th round at least, right? I didn't understand why Jonas didn't go in there and said, you know what, I want to make it clear and just go on the offensive.
Bro, that was like that was the best recovery time I ever saw in my life.
Yeah, she recovered very well. And then she was smart.
She got hit. She literally recovered like Porter, but better. Like
so that was good. And
she did.
We need to see that again. Although I mean, Jonas is probably towards the end of her career now. So, but I don't want to rob her from getting a world title, man. So if they can run it back and if she can get it, cool. So, but yeah, let's see it again and let's settle that score basically.
Well, listen, I don't. You didn't say anything that I didn't, feel the exact same about. So I do want to highlight something for my own personal sense. Chris Billam-Smith, got to see him fight, and I was impressed. I was so impressed with this guy. He's got a really great build first and foremost, but it's what I mean by that is, I mean, yes, he is. He's athletic and he's strong and looks the part, but ultimately I think it works really well for his game. He moves really well. He just showed so many good things. Now, who was he in there against? Nathan Thorley, who was 14-0, by the way, took him out in a TKO. Now, I don't know if Thorley, how much credit to give him for that, but a guy who's 14-0 that you TKO in the second round, that's got to count for something. So overall, I think everybody should go and watch Chris Billam-Smith. I think he's a guy that you want to keep your eye on. I've been told to watch his split decision loss against Richard
Rickport.
Yeah, Richard Rickport, who I've heard is also really good. But this is a batch of cruiserweights that because cruiserweight's a weird kind of division, I think oftentimes the best of them fall into the cracks and people don't really know who they are. That's certainly the case for me here. These two guys, I don't really know very well, but I'm impressed and I'm definitely going to keep watching.
You're right. I think Thorley is, I think, domestic level, but yet again, like you said it right. You don't get 14 wins.
He fought guys with 100 losses plus.
Yeah, I mean, we know how we develop people, right? But still, going in there and doing it like that in that fashion was really good for Billam-Smith. And you're right, Mario. I think it'll be interesting to keep an eye on him and see him develop. There are some good fights, at least domestically, that you can just have run back the rematch against Riakpo, and then look at fights with Okoli if he stays there, and you can also talk about why is his name escaping me now? Who fought Okoli a while back? Got his first loss. Damn, don't worry. His name
coming back. It's coming back. Boomerang status.
There's some good fights there in the division. And I don't know if it's going to be a big name on the world level, but like we said, cruiserweight is a division that doesn't make those type of headlines.
Yeah,
why has it been like that for so long? Man?
I mean, because they're close enough to being heavyweights, and you just say, man, if you want to make noise, just go out there in a heavyweight, right? And that's what most of them do.
Cruiserweights are where everybody hides at, man.
Now they hiding.
You see
most of
Marvin.
them
What's
do.
Marvin doing? Hiding.
Oh, snap. Border Wars call out. Boxing expert on the super chat says Charlo ducked King Nello. With C Dub on the run back on the super chat says Nello running, man, from Charlo's and Andrade since 154. Toma.
He ain't been fighting nobody since 154, so he really been ducking. I'm telling you. Yo, what's up? What we got next?
Last thing I want to mention from that card real quick is I got to see Hopey Price. I thought that it was a bad matchup for him. I don't know why they put him in with the guy who was so awkward and weird, and it was just, to me, it was a lose-lose situation. I don't think that you can look good against a guy like that. So I'm definitely interested to see him again. I'll give him another shot. But tough matchup for him.
You have to do that, and we've seen that in the PBC card also. I think like Juarez versus Shaw was something that was similar.
Sure.
You can't really, you have to go through those fights where you get like very awkward fights and you develop as a fighter. But you're right, in terms of showcasing, it does nothing for you. It's better to have those fights where it's on the deep in the undercard where no one sees it, and all people only remember the W on your box rec column, right? So because you won't look good against them, you won't look like sensational, and people will say, "Man, I don't really want to see you again," and start making some jokes, right? But hopefully, Price comes back.
What is his? Is he really Drago? Ivan Price?
I mean, they call him Hopey Price, but his name is actually Ivan. Sorry, Ivan Price. And then so being called Ivan and a boxer, your nickname will be Drago, right? So
man, I mean, is he somebody that people are hoping to be? Somebody.
I mean, in terms of like being like a young sensation.
Okay.
I think it won like Youth Olympics and like Youth like World Championship, and it turned Price.
He showed some impressive stuff. He did. It's just like I said, it's hard.
He's fought a different weight class too in each fight, so he's just moving up.
It was a tough opponent. That's all I can say. It was a tough guy to look at against. But that's it for the card. Unless anybody else wants to add anything from that card, we can go to the callers. If not,
check pre-pro before we move on. That's who's gonna let me know if we moving on. For the callers, we opening up the lines. I'm deciding to do things slightly different to relieve the stress off the internet.
But one thing like this, like in terms of like the picks and what we want to do with like the TBV picks, is that something that we want to run through with people now, or
give them an update, yeah.
All right, guys. So obviously you've heard that what we're doing is that we're keeping the list like of people calling, right? So, and getting the picks. So we want to do it like much more organized, and we decided to run like things in a way that it would be clockwork, right? So every Sunday we're gonna decide on the matchups that we'll put up for predictions, and everyone will have the opportunity to predict those matchups. So Ness is going to put like a poll for each fight on Patreon, and you have two ways to cast your vote. You can either go in Patreon and you know how to just do it, like you subscribe and you just like put your votes there, or you can give us a call on Thursdays during the flagship show, and we're going to record your votes, right? So very simple. Every single vote or every single like prediction, if you get it right, you get 1 point. If you don't get it right, you get 0 points. At the end of the month, there will be a tally, and there will be a winner announced, every month, right? So, but obviously we know that everyone have different level of like being competitive. Like, so we're running like 2 different levels. So one that is open to everyone, and it's just for bragging rights. We're not going for anything else. Like, you just go and put your picks. If you get the most number of points, well done to you. You are the best pick. You're the best kind of like predictor of fights on TBV. If you want to take things a little bit more competitively, and if you want to get something for being the best kind of like analyst and picking up your fights, we will give you the opportunity to just take it up a notch. And every single week, you can decide if you want to just pick your fight. You're gonna put like a $5. And that $5 contribution will go towards like getting you a gift for the for the person that wins the monthly challenge. So that $5 needs to be done via Cash App to Ness. I guess Ness, you can give like the detail of the Cash App, and if you send those $5, then we'll just put you on that level and record your scores, and the winner of that league will receive that prize at the end of the month. So I hope that's clear. But if you have any question, just please shoot those questions over, and I hope I can make it clear for you guys, or clearer for you guys.
All right. Well, let's open up these phone lines. We're going to go out to the sponsors real quick and then head on out to the callers. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. And you can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. Everything is open and ready to go, gentlemen.
Subscribe to youtube.com/theboxingvoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
All right. Looking like we got King Amin in Essex. What up, champ?
Just like the king is what I mean. The king is what I mean.
Yo, TBV, what's good, fellas? Great show. What's going on?
What up?
What up?
Yo, I like just going last night. Listen, that was crazy because that whole Santa Maria joint. A lot of people was confused as to, and I think that was a great call because we was clowning out. Maybe Lennox Allen and David Morrell didn't go the same way, but yeah, I think it was kind of cool that Santa Maria pulled that one out, man. Fox maybe need to go back to the table and revisit some things. Yo, Jamal James, that was a great win yesterday. I think most people say it was a faded Dulorme, but I think Jamal James had to dig deep. That was the best version of Jamal James I have ever seen, ever. So hats off to him.
I mean, are you gonna ask for your crow for this? Because you picked Dulorme, right?
Yeah, give me my crow, man. I'm hungry. Give me my crow. I was just trying to get a little appetizer. Go ahead. Mitty never slipping. Chef Mitty Ramsey. Yeah, man, but just it was a good weekend for boxing, man. I think it's a little bit of an inconvenience on a Friday, kind of like you got to drop what you're doing. You could be in Russia, stateside. You could be in the middle of rush hour trying to get off of work to catch that shit, man. So it's a little bit of a headache, but looking forward to this week. I'm not gonna hold up the line, man. Yo, great show as always, man. And I'm out.
All right. Looks like who's next on the linea?
Brandon, Cincinnati. What up?
Hey, what's good, fellas? How I'm sounding? Crystal?
You good?
Yeah. I didn't get the pick because the other night when we was doing the picks, that's when the internet went out, so I didn't get to actually pick the fights. But I thought Jamal James was gonna win. I picked him to win. That was probably the only fight I even cared to pick a winner in. So yeah, I guess I was right on that. Didn't get to watch none of the fights yesterday. Yesterday was my girl's birthday, so I was out and about with her. Yo, Ness, I watched that Sebastian Formella and Talati Mbenge for the first time today. Sebastian ain't trash, man. He ain't a bad fighter. But I already know against Porter, he just gonna be running all night. He likes to move a lot, so Porter better have his track shoes on because he's gonna be chasing Formella all night. As far as that PVC schedule, yeah, that shit's garbage. It seemed like every fight is for a vacant interim WBA title. Like Ramses Bartholomew's fighting for like a vacant interim. Like, why are you fighting for a vacant interim title? Like, I understand a vacant regular or a vacant super, but vacant interims, I don't get that, man. Like every fight you see, like Aries Landy Lara fighting for his WBA title. I'm like, when the fuck did he win a WBA title? And that was like his last fight when he fought Canelo brother. That was for a vacant WBA. Like, god damn, that was for a title against Canelo sorry ass brother. Like, yeah, so yeah, man, that schedule's pretty garbage. Outside of Earl and Danny, really the best, most competitive fight in my opinion is Sebastian Fondora and Nathan Gallimore. That's sad that I'm looking forward to that more than any of them. But there are some. I've seen some vacant slots. They said it's supposed to be another pay-per-view, so I'm thinking that's probably gonna be Pacquiao and Mikey, and probably, hopefully, we get Keith on one of those vacant spots. Maybe Keith and Jamal James, probably. I know they was talking about like Andy Ruiz and Mahmoud Char fighting for yet another fake ass WBA belt. So I don't know, man. We complain about the WBO and this top rank bias. We need to start talking about the WBA and all these fucking vacant. They try to give every PBC fighter they can some kind of fake WBA belt. It's getting kind of lame. And then, I mean, I don't even want to bring what I was going to bring up, man, because I don't want to start a debate. You know what? Fuck it, I'm going to bring it up. It seemed like WBO and PBC done mended all their differences. We got guys fighting for WBO belts. But last night they did the bullshit again, man. When it was put the welterweight up, they said the big three title holders, they had Pacquiao and Earl. It's like, why y'all keep doing that shit, man? The WBO, y'all, it seemed like Al working with them again, but they back to doing that.
Cut it. Champ. Cut it. They ain't do nothing wrong. They said the big three. Crawford ain't one of the big three. He's a belt holder, but he ain't the big three. Who you gonna make more money with fighting? Earl or fighting Crawford or fighting Pacquiao? There's an order. You fight Pacquiao, you get more money. Next up is Earl, then Crawford. Simply because of belts and where they at in their careers, bro. Like, they called them the big three. It's strategic, though. I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna act like that wasn't strategic to keep Crawford's name out the mix. But, I mean, they made up their own thing, the big three. You know what I mean? Crawford gonna have to enter that big three realm. Is he a big player yet to be part of the big three? I think not. Chicago, what up? We going out to Steve in Chicago. What's good?
My town up in K-Town. Hey, Daddy, this a dollar beat.
I drink soda, I eat pizza, I hang out with chicks all day. You fight still can't beat me. They fighting every day, they gain the gym every day. Just give me 6 weeks, and I got it.
BoxingWiz.com.
Yo, can you hear me?
Perfect.
All right, yeah, no crow for me. I got all my picks right outside of that draw. So, that is what it is. But, something I want to say, I was able to get the preliminary numbers off Twitter. And it seems like what they're saying for PBC on Fox is that they did an average around, 773,000, and it peaked at 900,000. So compared to what they were doing pre-COVID, it's not up to par because they were doing over 1 million. But I think, after a 4-month layoff, to average close to 800K, I think is very good. And it's sad to see all these boxing fans shit on boxing with the UFC, because in reality, if they fact check, ESPN averages 700 to 800,000 for UFC cards. So if you take into consideration what PBC does on Fox, it's the same. So that's sad to hear. I see these boxing fans all the time. Oh, UFC's crushing boxing, UFC. No, they're not. You got to look at the facts. Look at the data. That's just their assumption, but they're not basing it on anything. But yeah, man, I'm not really happy with the WBA, but I'll be honest with you, I think they do that to appease the network. I mean, as fans, we all know the WBA is pretty much crazy with their belts, but I think it has to do, something with, the network. I think they like to say, hey, there's a title, especially if it's a main event, right? Because let's be honest, James and Dulorme, aren't really household names, but they still did 800,000. I mean, to me, that's not bad, considering who the fighters were for a main event. I think it's actually really good. But I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on that. And that's all I got.
All right, champ.
So were those the numbers, Ness? Because I got
I don't have the
message
numbers
from
to the viewership.
Yeah, I got the message from the producer. He says Lennox Allen got 160K and Dulorme as the main event got 100K.
Yeah, but he's talking about $100K, not
That's
viewership.
money. Yeah, that's best.
Yeah. Is that good money? That's good money, or is that
for Allen that was great money. For Dulorme, I mean him and Jamal both made the same amount though. They both made 100, I think, or 200, something like that.
Pandemic money? All right.
I mean, listen. If Shakur, who won a gold medal, look, are you asking or is someone indicating that that's bad? Because
I'm asking. Actually,
compare it to Shakur, who's a gold medalist, blue chipper, former champion, and he got 400,000 in the pandemic. You know what I mean? So, was his opposition as tough as Dulorme? No, but. Again, Dulorme and Jamal didn't win no silver medal. They don't have the hype of Shakur. So I think 100 ain't bad, man. But let me get to these super chats. Did you get to them?
Yeah, boxing expert says, Ness, when did Charlo earn $7 million? And then he got another one, says, yo, Ness, help Mr. 704 answer me.
Uh-oh. What did 704 not answer?
I have no idea.
All right, so we go to Info Joe, California. Actually, it's Brooklyn in the building. King Born, what up?
Hey, yo, you hear me? You hear me?
We hear you.
Y'all hear me?
We hear you.
Listen, keep it real with you. I got in the chat. I thought that damn Dulorme was going to win. So can you give, I'm eating healthy now. Can you give me crow with a side of spinach? Thank you. I don't think that shit gonna taste that good, but I need the spinach. Listen, man, what the hell happened last night, y'all? Everybody that was supposed to lose won. I thought Dulorme was gonna brick. Yo, when the hell did Jamal James start boxing instead of brawling? You know what I mean?
That's what I said.
Yeah, man. I was getting on your man, fluffy coffee cakes and shit, but I want to see what he do. You know what I mean? Hey, yo, Mitty, I like you for one reason. You know why? Because you was talking about the drunken master, Emmanuel Dustin. You know your boxing, bro. Because, really, all these dudes trying to do that style, then homeboy, they for Vito Mielnicki, trying to do that style. You got to go to the drunken master. That the drunken master, Emmanuel Augustus, is the hardest fight ever that Floyd Mayweather faced. Because the shit's unorthodox. Look like he leaning, he going this way, he drunken, he laughing, he moving, all that shit. Now, that T.O.Bob, man, they gonna figure that out, man. You know they gonna get that fight going on. But let's get to this PBC schedule, guys. All right, Porter, I got him. You know what I mean? Nathan Gallimore. Come on, man. He ain't nice. Get out of here. Lara. Who the hell is Greg Mendetti? Who that? Where he from? And yo, you know it's a super mismatch. Caleb Truax against Alfredo Angulo. And we was talking about Morrell fighting Angulo. That's a mismatch. You know who winning that. Now on D get Ugas versus Abel Ramos. Listen, man. Yo, Mitty, why don't you get in the gym for 6 months and I'll get you a WBA belt. They giving belts out hamburgers, y'all. They giving belts out the shit crazy right now. Everybody, yo, Ness, get you in the gym, man. Get you going. Go get you a belt. We go right to Suleiman. Yo, give me a belt, man. Give me the Dominican.
Give me Mendoza. That's Mendoza giving out them belts.
All right, check it. So look, we get the Dominican / best podcast on the earth belt, and you get one. Know what I mean? You get one.
King Born, man, thanks for calling in. We're going out to Info Joe, California. What up?
Mr. Info Joe.
This portion of the show we call In the
Mr.
Know,
Info Joe.
presented by my brother.
Vamos, campeón.
Info.
Man, hey, shout out to the boxing guys, man. You know what? I hear what everybody's saying, man, but I'm happy that we got boxing back. I'm gonna keep it simple. We had some entertainment. You know, it ain't everything that we wanted, but I think I'm cool with what we had this weekend. Let me get my crow, man.
Yeah, you go free serving, man. Free different servings of
Put
crow.
some barbecue sauce on it.
Crow smorgasbord for you, champ.
That's it. I think I got 2 wrong or 3 wrong this weekend, right?
You got 3 wrong.
I got 2.
Triple serving.
Yeah, Epic, Dulorme, Show, and Fox. So
take that.
You're the only one who picked Show, actually.
Who?
Yeah, I had to go for one upset. I picked the wrong one. Hey,
AFO
I was
Ness ain't
waiting
there,
on
so
my
just go
crow,
ahead
but
with your
I'll
call.
take that one. Ness, shit.
Ness holding
You
out
ain't
on
got
the
no
servants
more?
of Crow because he had enough himself this week.
I know.
Yeah,
Yo,
for
let me
real.
get on. Hey, check this out. If I would have known Jamal James would have fought tall and long as he's supposed to be all his time, I would have picked him, man. He fought a good fight, man. He boxed well. Michael Fox should have fought tall and long too, and he wouldn't have got touched up as well. I liked the Coffee fight. Pretty cool, entertaining fights this weekend, man. But let me put out this service announcement. Me and Mitty, man, we talked in the background, man, and we bounced ideas around, man. Everybody who consider themselves a boxing fanatic, a boxing hardcore, let's see. Call in, make your picks. We writing everything down. We keeping stats. Mitty, one thing you forgot is to spit out the stats for this weekend's wins and losses to see who's in the lead and who's behind, and how many wins and how many losses everybody has.
I can do that after you call. Finish your call and I'll do that.
Yeah, so we're gonna see who the grandmaster caller is at the end of the year. We're going month by month, so everybody participate. If you think you know boxing, you talking boxing. Let's see what you got, and we'll know by the end of the year who's the grandmaster caller is. So, but that's all I got, man. Hit those thumbs up, man. TBV pound for pound. Bust the stats, Mitty, to let them know that we got the chart and everything. Peace, gentlemen.
Yeah. All right, cool. So as Info said, like last week, we had like 10 fights to pick from. And out of the panel, like, so Doomy, Ness, Mario, and myself, we can say that Doomy is in the lead with 9 picks out of 10, 9 correct picks out of 10. The only one he didn't get is the Terry Harper fight, like which we all missed because it was a draw. And then after that, we have Mario with 7, Mide with 7, and Ness with 6. So, Ness, those Dulorme, Allen, and Fox, they didn't do you any favor there, man. So you picked up like last position in the panel for last week. So, but with regards to the colors, so the colors, shout out to Stone Bone. Stone Bone has got like 9 out of 10. Then it's followed by Majimbe, who's got 8 out of 10. Then we've got Info Joe, who's got 6. Amin with a 5. JT with a 4. And Steve from Chicago with 3. But I've got to say that Steve only picked like the fights that he knew. But that's the rule, right? So if you don't pick the fight, we can't give you the points, although you picked all the fights that you had right, except from the Harper. But so that's pretty much it, guys.
Alrighty then. We got a super chat.
Do me top of the hill with
I
Stone
know,
Ball, huh?
man. You really like made my day with that one, man. Boxing expert super chat says never, ever, ever laughing my ass off. And then Sean Clark, shout out to you, Champy from the UK. We appreciate the super chat. Shout out to you. Cheers.
All right, that looks like all the callers, gentlemen. And that's GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Catch us on the next one, Monday morning. Tomorrow we'll be back with another morning episode, and we will have Shadeja Green on the show, so tune in.
Yo, at Martin McGee on Twitter, at Martin McGee on Instagram. See you on the morning. Peace.
Morning.
Sean Clark, we already got a prediction league going on.
Yeah, that was his question, right? So so Sean, like, and everyone else, by the way, like, so this is what we're talking about. This is a prediction league. It's open to everyone, but there's like, if you want to take things a little bit more seriously and play for a prize, it's $5 every week. So in a month, it will cost you $20 to enter that league. And at the end of each month, we'll tell you who's got the most points. Like, so it's 1 point per pick. Once again, if you don't make a pick, there won't be, you don't get any points.
I love that it's 1 point. I hate those leagues where it's like, oh, you get an extra point because you picked the knockout, and you picked it in the right
like,
round.
it's too much
complicates
too
things.
complicated. It's 1 point, and then, and that's it really. But then again, like,
that's so unfair.
We try to include everyone, right?
It's so unfair. You didn't tell me that my picks were going to this,
I mean, like, we had to do something to show the people that it works, right?
I could have easily said, yo, Morrell set up to win, so I'm going to pick Morrell for the betting league, but I'm rooting for Allen. Y'all cheated me.
Man, like, we can't do that, man. We go with our heart there. That's it, man.
Y'all robbed me, man. It's no fair.
You can catch me on IG, Alex _ Doomsday _ LAINEZ, same handle on TikTok, Twitter, Alex TBV. Hit that thumbs up button. We got close to 300 watching. Let's get it up to at least 200 thumbs up. Guys, we really appreciate you. Whether you're super chatting, hitting the thumbs up, sharing the program, telling a friend to tell a friend. We appreciate all the support possible. We're trying to get into our next goal. We're at 115. We want to get to 116. But, if we could move the needle as fast as we can, we would. We would move it up to 150. Cheers.
Yes. Right now.
Just a quick one.
Right now, we're at 115,247. So we're halfway there. We just need another 53 people to get us to 115,300. Every 100 counts, and it'll get us to our goal of 1 million subs. What up, man?
Yeah, that was
just a quick one. Like, so I see a few people asking in the chat, right? So Jack Donovan asking, like, how you get in that league? Jack, like, or you can just like join Patreon. That's the best way to do things, right? You can just join Patreon at a $3 tier, and you'll be kept up to date with everything. You can actually vote for every single fight. They'll be on a poll in Patreon. But also to participate in the league every week to make your picks is a $5. So if you can just send like a Cash App to, what's the detail, Ness? Is it Nestor Gabe on Cash App?
Nah, that's GTO.
So Ness GTO on Cash App, and you put your $5 and your points will be counted towards the league, and we can just like announce the winner and give a prize to the winner. So, and the prize will be announced on Patreon as well. So if you want to know more, join Patreon, man.
Yeah, I think this is another innovative and great way to entertain and make a little bit of Skrilla, right?
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
And I'm gonna let you know too. By the way, like,
wait, guys.
Go ahead.
Collectively, we might have to fix this. It might need to evolve or grow. Casual Bass guy says,
no, he's right.
He says super chat. Damn. If I start now, I'm gonna be behind.
No, no,
9
no, no.
points.
We're gonna start. We're gonna start fresh. Like so, this month is gonna start from this week. Like so, the pick that we've done for the last card this weekend, it was just to show people how it works, right? But obviously, we're gonna start
so
from
I'm
zero.
undefeated
Right?
now. So I'm undefeated right now.
Yeah, that's it. You're back to
I'm back
undefeated.
to a clean record.
I like my record. I was
happy about it.
I
No,
know.
we all gonna start on.
It's all right.
So what's the
zero,
official
right?
And I'm gonna
start
tell you right
date?
now, like I'm gonna fuck around with the Supremacy League. So there's 2 leagues, like you said, right? There's the Casual Guy League, which is basically everybody. You know, I'm gonna mess around with those picks. You know, I'll try to like get creative with them. But yo, I want that hardcore title, like that, because you know what I'm saying. Like we always go after each other, like, oh, who picks best?
You gotta be at least.
That's where.
You got to be at least a $3 patron because the polls are on Patreon. So
Yeah.
But it's simple,
Don't come
right?
at me if you're beating me on here. Like I don't give a shit. Like if you ain't beating me on there, that's where I'm making my real picks.
If people don't want to, put like $5 every week towards the hardcore league, no problem. You can just go into the casual league, open to everyone. It's just for bragging rights. There's no price at the end of the month except from saying that, yeah, well done. You pick well.
No,
right?
you get bragging rights,
Yeah, exactly. But if you want to just a bit more than bragging rights, you're a competitive guy, just chip in like that $5 per week every time we just put a card out there for you to pick.
Yo,
that's
we can make some
$5,
really
and then
nice
that's
trophies, bro.
We should do a show in the morning for it.
Yeah.
To explain better, to
Just
break
to explain
everything
it.
down.
That way, everybody has a
We need to do its own
reference
video.
point.
No, we got to do its own video like TBV Fantasy
That's what I'm saying.
League or whatever.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we
But
got to
it's
do it
gotta-
so that way, if everybody starts,
it's
like,
gotta
we
be
can
a day
point
that
to
Mitty
it and
is
link to it.
available.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, hit the link below. It'll
Yeah.
explain everything. That way, because it's gonna,
an
what's gonna
explainer
happen is
video.
we're gonna be at the end of, August, and people are gonna be like, wait, how do I do it? You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna have to explain all this again. Nah, go to the video.
Real quick,
figure it
let me
out.
see if Majid, you want to talk or you just listening? But yeah, we need an explainer video that we could point to. You're right. It's good. Makes really good sense.
Yeah, speaking about that, explainer video is going to come out pretty soon for the memberships. We're working hard behind the scenes to make it happen for you guys. We're tweaking it as we speak just to make sure that you're always getting what you asked for and especially what you paid for. Somebody's giving me the scissor.
Go ahead,
What?
Majid.
What up? Everybody need to like this video, subscribe, help them get to their next number goal, and join Patreon so y'all can get on those picks too. But be honest with you, I ain't seen no fights except that main event with that tall slinky dude putting hands on Dulorme. He got me wanting to see him. Yeah, I want to see him, step it up a notch. I don't know who. I'm like, I know it might be too much of a rush, but I'm like, shit, if Porter run through this dude that he about to fight, that'll be something fun. See if he could really handle pressure. The Dulorme, he was faded. He wasn't ready, but it was a good fight, and that's all I got.
All right, we got a super
Good
chat
night,
from
champ.
Boxing Expert that says, "Who's better, Charlo or Jacobs?"
Damn.
I mean, they got to settle that. We don't know. So, Mitty, speaking of the new bets, we got a fight happening. Happening
on Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
The first fight is on Wednesday. John O'Carroll versus Maxie Hughes and Sean McComb versus Sayar Ozgul. So that's on the MTK card.
Now, how many fights a limit per card? Like,
so there's no limit, right? So every week, like Info Joe, myself, and like with you guys also on the panel, I'm just gonna put the fights forward. Right now, we've got 16 fights that have been put forward. I think we can go for next week. There's a lot of fights, but I've just picked the fights that are more likely that people would know and would be able to make a pick.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's not just all about the most known people. We're giving you enough time also to do your research. So let's say John O'Carroll versus Maxie Hughes. You know that today that we're gonna put that on the poll, and you've got until Wednesday when the fight happens to do your research on one of those guys and make the pick, right? So really, it gives you the opportunity to become like someone who will be analytical about the sports and either go for bragging rights or go for a prize, right? So
and now that fight ends 8/11 at 12 p.m. Eastern time. So West Coast, Info Joe, you already know, 9 o'clock your time. If you ain't get your pick in on Patreon for Jonah Carl versus Maxie Hughes, you already lost a fight for this month. I'm publishing it right now. We waited specifically to talk about this before we publish it, just so that everybody, picks in advance, or rather at the same time.
So I can talk about the fight very quickly. So there's 16 fights. We're talking about John O'Carroll versus Maxie Hughes, Sean McComb versus Saya Osgo. That's for Wednesday. That's when the fight happens. Then on Friday, there's the Matchroom card in the UK. You got Felix Cash versus Jason Wellborn, Zelfa Barrett versus Eric Donovan, Kieran Conway versus Naveed Mansouri, and Shannon Courtney versus Rachel Ball. So that's that. Then on Saturday, you have the Frank Warren Promotions card. And you'll have Archie Sharp versus Jeff Ofori, Carl Frampton versus Varam Vardanyan, Michael Conlon versus Sofian Takust. And then that's that for this card. Then you go on to the Matchroom USA card, where you got Israel Madrimov versus Eric Walker, Cecilia Brakas versus Jessica Maskaskel, Shakram Gyasov versus Francisco Hernandez Rojo, and Raymond Ford versus Eric Manriquez, and Nikita Ababi versus Jarvis Williams. So, and then
Are
to
you
finish it
putting
off,
all those fights?
yeah, I mean, to finish it off, you've got David Benavides versus Angulo, and Otto Valin versus Travis Kaufman.
That's all for this week?
All for this week. I'm telling you, this is a packed week. Like, you've
So
got
fun
like
week.
Matchroom
All right,
with
so-
2 shows. Matchroom with
So
2 shows.
I think we need to
on
say,
both sides.
first of all, we need to say, to make this easy for you, because
Yeah.
this is going to get buried. That's like 60 posts. How many fights is that?
16.
16 posts I got to do.
No. The posts are gonna be for the card,
No,
and
the
they
posts-
can make the
Nah, the
picks.
post is
Nah.
per fight. It got to be
Yeah,
a
it
poll
has to
per
be for
fight.
the fight for the poll, like on Patreon.
Yeah, so
right?
we could get the specifics of who picked who. That's the
Yeah.
only way we're going to have it specific. And
Damn.
cut the hard work.
Yo, then maybe we should kick a limit on it.
Yeah,
then.
you got to do the best fights, bro.
Yeah,
You
we
can't
gotta
just put
probably
the whole
get into,
schedule.
like-
So you guys tell me, like, do you want to do the John O'Carroll, Maxie Hughes, and then
Yeah, I think that
get
one's
rid
like,
of
I think for
Let-
sure
let me
the
pull
main
up the
events
schedule. Let me
for all
pull
the
up the
cards.
schedule.
I think for sure all the main events. I think for sure all the co-main events.
Well, no. You also got to do A sides that are in that that like.
Yeah, you want to be in a live fight, right? Like difficult fight to
No,
pick,
no,
right?
no. What I mean is, yeah, that too, Mitty. But what I mean, like, just because we don't know the B side, like, if the A side is strong enough, he gets to make it. So we're
Like
looking at
Carl
we're
Frampton,
looking at.
for example.
So for instance, Jonah Carl's a big enough A side for his fight to make it. Sean
Yeah.
McCombs, I never heard of him. You got to
I
speak
can
up for
remove
him.
that. Yeah, I can remove that. I think like in the UK, like I know him, but like it's not like he's a big name, and Saya Osgold either, right? So, but that's the beauty of this thing. Like, do you want to do your research on those people and really say that you're the top pick? But we can remove that if you
No,
want.
it's
problem.
gotta be the guy that you think is worth watching. Then the American audience does like
Okay,
Jonah
no
Carl.
problem. Then
we've
you
already
can remove
seen
that.
him.
You can remove the Sean McComb one, like versus Osgold.
I mean, remove that whole undercard. Who the hell is Craig
No,
McIntyre? Let me see.
yeah, I didn't put the rest of the undercard.
Okay.
I only picked those 2 fights
Okay,
from
so
from
then we
this one.
got on Sky Felix Cash. I heard
Felix
of him.
Cash versus Wellborn. You want to watch that? Zelfa Barrett. You wanna watch him, and Kieran Conway. Okay, we can remove the Kieran Conway, right? So,
Let
but
me see. All right, so look, to try and make it fair, right? You should add the UK fighters that we don't know that you feel can or will make it to world level.
okay.
Is that fair? Nah,
That's fair.
because there's prospects too. But I guess our prospects that we're hyped on,
no.
We assume
Whoever is a prospect and everything,
Jared
I will tell you.
Jared Anderson, we assume he's making it to world level, especially with Top Rank.
But listen, so the two fights that I can remove from the matchroom card are Kieran Conway versus Navid Mansouri and Shannon Courtney versus Rachel Ball. But
Well, I say take off Kieran, John. I never heard of Barrett, but if you say we need to watch him, fine. I say leave Shannon. I say leave Shannon.
Okay, then
Shannon the Cannon.
Shannon Courtney.
Yeah, we've heard of her over here. I don't know if everybody has, but she's definitely on my radar.
Yeah.
That's the blonde
Real
girl,
quick,
right?
super chat.
But then the rest, trust me, the rest, they're all big names, right? We're talking about Archie Sharp, Carl Frampton, Michael Conlon, Madrimov, Brackus.
What card is that, bro? What
That's
date you on?
That's the Frank Warren after that. Frank Warren on Saturday, like the Queensbury promotion. Like they have like a show on Saturday as well.
What date is that?
15th, Saturday 15th.
Oh my God! So you're not doing a Telemundo one, but let me see. There's no one there of no anyway.
No, I looked on the Telemundo and I couldn't
ESPN
see anyone.
one, you doing Carl Frampton?
Yeah. So
All right.
Frampton, Michael Conlon,
Uh-huh.
Archie Sharp versus Jeff Ofori. So those are the three fights on the on that card.
We don't got Archie Sharp on the ESPN schedule. We got Frampton, Conlon, Dennis McCann.
No, Dennis McCann is against TBA, right? So he's a prospect, but you don't want to watch against TBA. Archie Sharp versus Jeff Ofori is on there. I think he's moved from another card.
Shinobi.
Casual Bass Guy says this week is an outlier. Just do the 16 and it will really make things competitive. Interesting. Some people will benefit, others will fall behind.
Yeah, there's a lot of fights here. I mean, we good. I would say Frampton, Conlon for sure. I don't know the other guys. Patty Donovan, actually, we heard him, but he's in the TBA.
Yeah, like all the TBA ones are removed, right? Then after that, you have the Matchroom USA card with Madrimov, Brackus, Gayasov, Raymond Ford.
Wow. Yo, you're going to have to send me the ones that you want. This is a lot of freaking posts. I hope people don't say, oh, I didn't see that post. You're going to have to scroll. It's going to be a lot of fights to pick. And you're going to have to find these, you know? You're going to have to find these on Patreon because they're going to get buried as new shows come out and stuff like that. So, damn, this is going to be a serious week because you got Cecilia Barrack.
But listen, all those names are, even if you remove the names that we don't know, this is an interesting week. There's a lot of shows.
Huge week, bro. Huge. Look, Abba Ali's on there. Mark Castro's on there. Raymond Ford. Gavin.
I didn't even put Castro, I removed him from
I mean, you don't put none of the people with TBAs, bro. But actually, these all got names. Why they say TBA featherweight, TBA featherweights? What the hell? I don't know. Whatever. All right, so Mitty's going to have it done, I guess, and we'll have it on Patreon. What's this? Boston Boxing Promotions. Who's that? Boston Boxing Promotion on YouTube in Wyndham. That is so weird. All
Man,
right.
If you go on BoxRec on a schedule, you'll see there are loads of fights in Japan. Like, they have shows every day, man. It's crazy.
Wow. All right. Well, I guess we're done. Catch us on the next one. It's been fun. Peace, people.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Come on now. Be welcome into the family. Put a D at the end of that triangle.
Saludo,
No.
Luis,
See, I'm
saludo.
sleepy. It's not a triangle. It's a rectangle. Man. Hit the bell. And for those 10 sad souls that need a blood transfusion from so much haterade in their blood vessels.
Yes.
And winter is coming soon for all you bots and trolls alike.
How long has Doomy been saying that, yo? Somebody asked me, like, yo.
2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks. I said 2 weeks, but
how long you been
making it just right
though?
for you guys is it's a monument for me. It's a monumental thing for me. So there you go, champs.
There you go. I'm out of here, man. Peace. Goodbye. Arrivederci.
Oh.
Peace.
Sweet